I'm Amy. Tonight's live around 5 is how you can reduce stress. So, our goal here, my goal, is to help give you all the tools you need to leverage success towards the goals that you're working for, right? So, maybe you're working towards financial independence. Maybe you're looking to be an entrepreneur for the first time. Maybe you're trying to make your friendships stronger in this day and age. Maybe you're working on your health. But whatever you're working on, you're going to need resilience because that's the reason you maybe are struggling with those goals. So you keep trying and falling back and trying and falling back. And something that wears away at our resilience is stress. The majority of us are under constant stress, especially in the last few years. But we can take control of that. And I'm going to give you some tips on how. It's really powerful to de-stress yourself. I believe that when we are under stress, we are not even our best selves. I know that for me personally, when I'm under stress, it takes a Herculean effort for me not to revert back to really poor habits and really poor coping skills. Like I'm Southern, y'all, so food, right? I'm going to give myself comfort food. I'm going to be combative right away. I'm going to be thinking about what I say while you're stressing me out before I really just listen to what you're talking about. So I have to work really hard to avoid those old habits. And stress became a habit for me for a while. I had a couple of wild things, awful things happen in my life, as I bet you have too. You're not alone. You're in great company. We all are. And I got to the point where stress was normal. And now that I'm on the other side of that, I'm working really hard to get back to who I am. And the first order of business is to get out of survival mode. We went from destitute financial to 2 6-figure businesses. We went from really struggling and separated in our marriage to really feeling strong and healthy in our marriage. We've really been through the ringer, just like most of you have. And I think it's important as we're dealing with what's happening in our lives to be honest as we can be, right? We can't always tell every detail. Every detail isn't ours to tell. So I want you to think about something that's really stressing you now. And I want to give you some tools for how to handle that. And to be honest, the main thing you can do is between your ears, right? The first thing is to start with your breath. Our body has an actual physiological response to stress. You've heard of flight or fight, but there's also this adrenaline dump that happens. There's actually really cool scientific evidence about how that happens. And our breath is one incredible way that we can grab control back from that. And so you can just take a few moments every day to focus your breath. And I want you to try to do that now. The way we do it is we close our eyes, we bring our attention to the sensation of our breathing, entering and leaving, right? We fill the lungs, we empty the lungs. We fill the lungs, we empty the lungs. We let go of any distractions, give ourselves grace if we can't always do that. And this simple act of anchoring yourself that way, 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out, and I repeat that 3 times, can make all the difference. It feels impossible when you're in the middle of a truly stressful situation. But for most of us, stress isn't one of those things that happens and then it's gone. It's ongoing. A sick relative, a sick loved one, trauma in the family, challenges with finances. It's not an hour of stress. It's a year and a half, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years of stress. And if you make it a daily habit to control your breath, especially if stress is hitting you, those hands are sweating, you got that phone call, your world is collapsing around you. It's hard to even see. You're getting that black hole effect. Just taking a minute to breathe can make a huge difference. My dad is a master at this. One of the things that we always talk about is how he can control his breathing with his blood pressure somewhat with his breathing. And so he's able to, with his mind, relax his body and control his breathing. Every time he goes to the doctor, his blood pressure is at a perfect level. And he lets my mom drive so he can stay relaxed. He gets there early so he's not worried about being late. He sits and rests in the waiting room. What if we did that just in our everyday practice? If we chose to move through life, lowering our stress, using our breath, it could change everything because you could come to a situation with every tool in your toolbox to help yourself instead of feeling like I'm reactionary, I'm out of control, I'm saying things off the tip of my tongue. I'm not even thinking through what I'm responding. Ugh, that's probably not great. The next thing is to engage your senses, your sight, your sound, the smells, the taste, the textures, all around you. You can do this by just having a cup of tea. You can do this by using your essential oils, right? You can do this by using your valor. We talk about valor a lot and how much it can bring bravery. And you just center yourself by saying, here, I'm here in this moment. I'm drinking this tea. Often our minds are in a million different places, but when we engage our senses and notice the details and embrace the moment, it lowers our stress. Next is practicing body scan meditation, and that's literally a head to toe scan. And I do this during a massage in particular, because one of the things that happens to me during a massage is I'll start wandering off into thinking about work or thinking about business or thinking about family or, letting myself not be present and receive. And so if you're trying to be present and reduce your stress, you can either start at your head or your toes, whatever works for you, but you're just bringing each body part into awareness as you're breathing, right? So the tip of your head, the top of your head, your forehead. Go as slowly as you can. Name each body part as you can. Recognize them, honor them. This is often done in a yoga practice that I absolutely adore. I've got a hatha yoga teacher I miss that I should be going to see more consistently. But that's a body scan meditation is also incredible at nighttime. If you're trying to get good sleep, if you are having trouble going to sleep because your mind's racing, replace those racing thoughts with a total body scan meditation. There's tons of great stuff on YouTube about how you can do this as well. And then mindfully eating. How many of us will eat at our desk or wolf down our dinner and not even realize what we've eaten, right? And mindfully eating, choosing what we eat with care, eating with care, and recognizing that we are nourishing our body can make a massive impact on our stress levels. I know these sound amorphous. I know these sound out there, but I'm telling you, when you implement these 4 practices in your day-to-day practices, you change as a human being. There's a reason tons of wildly successful entrepreneurs practice TM or transcendental meditation. One of my favorite follows on social media I will recommend to you today is Kat Can Cook. She is an expert chef, a trained chef who does at-home recipes and meals. And she's that mom you're going to ask for healthy recipes. Well, Kat does transcendental meditation. Why? She's a chef. Why would that enter her life? And it's her way of managing her health, her stress, her focus, her mental well-being. And it can make an amazing difference. And I love it when she shares about that, because I think it's important for people who aren't necessarily meditation experts or stress reduction experts to share how they do it, right? Now, I always incorporate Young Living oils in these practices, in my stress reducing practices. I use oils to kind of gear myself up and focus myself. And I also use oils to calm myself down. And there's over 20 oils that I can pull from when I'm looking to deal with my stress. Everything from frankincense, which is one of the most rare, high frequency special oils that I have on hand, all the way down to a simple lavender, which is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, right? We can use it for just about everything. So whatever you have that is stress reducing to you, I want you to think about incorporating that in a daily practice, because stress reduces our lifespan. It reduces our ability to be productive throughout the day, and it's robbing ourselves and our family and friends of who we are. So let me know what stress reducing activity you're going to incorporate into your routine, or what one you already do that I haven't even mentioned here today. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night, live around 5, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Our goal is to help you be the best, most resilient person that you can be. And so if there's a question that you have or a topic you'd like to have